During this chapter, I'm going to demonstrate to you the correct installation of a peep sight. Now, if you're not familiar with what a peep sight is, it's basically the back sight, which is inside of the string. So you're going to look through that, and then you're going to line that up with your front sight, and that's what you're going to use to aim at the target. In order to safely install the peep sight, we're actually going to use a bow press, which is going to take all the weight off the string and allow us to open it out and actually safely insert the peep sight. Now, if you haven't got a bow press of your own, most pro shops have got one and they'll be able to put it in for you, or maybe allow you to use theirs and put it in. So now that we've got the bow pressed in a portable press, we've actually taken all the weight off the string. So it's now time to insert the peep sight. The way we're going to do this is we're going to split the string in two. So this string, as I said earlier, is made up of 22 strands. So we've got 11 strands one side of the peep sight and 11 strands the other side. So now that I've split the string, I can see that I've got 11 strands on this side and 11 on this side. I need to get the peep in by just pushing it in between the two sets and making sure that either side of the string are slotted into the grooves on the peep. Okay, once that's in, I can take the bow out of the bow press again, ready to line it up. Okay, so once you've got the bow out of the bow press and you've got the tension back in the string again, it's time to check the peep height before we actually try and tie it in or set it properly. Okay, so what I mean by peep height is when I pull the bow back and anchor on my face, I need the peep sight to be right at eye level so it's perfect and it's comfortable for me to see through and aim with. So I'm going to do that now. So from that I can see that the peep is massively too low at the moment, probably around 2 inches too low. So before you've tied it in, you can actually slide it up and down in between the string. That's no problem. So I'm going to move it up to about there. Let's try that. Just looks a touch low for me now, so I'm going to move it up a tiny little bit. Just check that. Okay, that height looks perfect for me. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to tie the peep sight in and then we'll set the alignment afterwards. So when tying the peep sight in, we're going to use a very similar technique to what we used earlier when we actually did the center serving on the bow. So we're going to take a length of serving, about a foot long, lay it down as we did before, and then start to spin it round. We'll do about 4 turns and then get the end, and you can then pull it tight as we did with the serving. Now, to keep that end out the way, just tuck it through there. And you need to just go round, and basically you're acting like a serving tool. Then take the tail back out the way and do a few more turns. Then we need to finish it off. So we're going to go under, the same as we did before when we were serving, and we're going to serve back towards ourselves. So I'm going to do about 4 turns there. Pull the tail back across. And then wind them in. Like that. Pull it really tight to finish it off. You then want to cut your ends off, same as we did on the knocking points. And we're just going to bend those ends down. And that should slide up towards the peep sight and tie it in nice and tight. And we're going to repeat the same process again for the top knocking point. So in order to do this, I'm going to turn the bow round and do it that way, as it's just easier. So make sure you keep your thumb on the tail and just go round a couple of times and then pull it tight with the tail. Tuck the tail back through there. And then make sure these servings are really tight. Once you've done about 3 or 4 of them, you can then take the tail back out of the way and carry on serving down. Right, so we're now ready to finish this off again. So we're going to create a loop and go under the string and serve back towards ourselves. So we're going to do about 5 turns on that, and then put the tail there and keep hold of it. And then we're going to turn the loop we've created, and that's going to wind all the way back up. Now grab the tail and we're just going to pull the slack out nice and tight. And then we're going to again cut the ends off and then melt them down. You can then push them down as tight as the 2 ties will go. The peep sight is now secure. It's now important to check the alignment of the peep sight that we've put in. What I mean by this is that when we attach a release to the D-loop and pull it back, we need to ensure that the peep sight is square to your eye and that you can look through it. So we're going to check that now. And as you can see, it's turning to the left. So we now need to put the bow into the press to fix this. I've now taken the tension off the string. So what I need to do is I need to put half a twist into the string as it was left. This should then bring the peep up to square for me. I've now got the string off and I just need to put half a twist in and then put the string back onto the cam again. Right, I'm now going to take the bow out of the press and that should be right. Now I've got the bow out of the press, I just need to pull it back and check that the peep lines up perfectly for me. Yep, the peep comes back and the hole's perfectly square to my eye, so now it's all set.